Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Better just go through this figure. This is what I was doing last video. Nodule formation. This is nodule formation in soya bean. Quickly. You should be confident enough to draw this without anything shown on the screen. What is a nodule?
Small outgrowths on
outgrowths on root.
Okay, fine. We had done yesterday that leguminous plants and non-leguminous both combinations we have, or only leguminous plants you will find these nodules.
in both of the plants.
What are these? There are two particles, yellow and brown. So one are soil particles. What are the other particles all around the root hairs?
Rhizobia
Bacteria.
bacteria.
Fine. There are different steps in the formation of a nodule and the diagram for nodule. Once again, I'm showing you the steps for formation of nodule. Read it quickly, especially the role of leg hemoglobin. We'll be coming to it very soon. Why leg hemoglobin is so important? We just did that, yes, the color is pink or red because of its presence. So what topic we'll be taking up today, that will tell you that why is it so important. Please read quickly once again, formation of a legume, formation of a nodule, so that we can move on to the next topic. You should be able to express yourself in steps that yes, this happens first, then this happens. Tell me the first step. Arya, tell me the first step in the formation of a nodule. Speak, beta.
Ma'am, first step,
Rhizobia multiply.
multiply and it colonize with the
So many
root.
of the rhizobium are formed. What are they called in plural? Let me take up all the important ones.
Rhizobia.
Rhizobia.
Rhizobia. So rhizobia multiplies, many rhizobia they surround around the and they colonize. What was the other word we had used?
Colonize.
Colonize.
Colonize around Around which part of the plant?
Root.
Root
Root
hair.
hair.
Root hair. What is the second step?
The root hairs curled. The bacteria invaded the root hairs.
Yes. The root hair gets curled in shape. Very good. And then now the bacteria will start entering. What was the third step? What was it called?
Infection
Infection
thread.
thread. Infection thread.
Very good. Infection thread. So, because it is going to go and cause infection inside, infection thread. Now, these bacteria have started moving as a chain. And which part they reach now?
Cortex.
Cortex.
Yes, they reach the cortex part of a plant. After reaching the cortex of the plant, what infection are they going to spread? What is going to happen over there? Yes, tell me. I told you the definition also yesterday. And then I told you that yes, this process you must have done in class 9th.
Differentiation.
It differentiates to
Yes.
form specialized nitrogen fixing cells.
Yes, differentiation. What was the meaning of the word differentiation, which I told you?
When meristematic cells become permanent cell and take up a specific function.
Yes. So these cells now they'll stop dividing. See, outside they were dividing. Out of one rhizobium, so many rhizobia were formed. Once they enter inside, they will stop dividing now and they take up a specific function. And what is that specific function they have taken up? Of which what you just
Nitrogen
told me?
Nitrogen
Sure.
fixation.
Very good. Nitrogen fixation. Very, very good. Now what next? They have reached which part of the root? They had already crossed the epidermal cells. Middle part of the roots, epidermis. Then what was the next one? Cortex. Where do they reach? They reach the cortical cells. That means they reach the cells of the cortex. Now the process has to start. Why do we cut? When we cut a nodule, it appears to be pink or red.
Due to the presence
Because
of leg hemoglobin.
presence of leg hemoglobin.
Very good. Due to the presence of leg hemoglobin. What is the full form of leg hemoglobin?
Leguminous
Leg
hemoglobin.
luminous hemoglobin.
Okay. Nodules contain two very important enzymes also. The enzyme, which enzyme actually helps in converting nitrogen to ammonia?
Nitrogenous.
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 It's actually a protein with which elements?
Molybdenum and iron.
Molybdenum and iron.
Molybdenum and iron.
What is the first stable product of nitrogen fixation?
Ammonia.
Ammonia.
Very good. Till here, if everything is okay, I think then this figure is also clear. What is this? What is this? Inside the root hair, what do we call this?
Infection thread.
Infection
Infection
thread.
thread.
Very good. And here your root hair has become curled. So this part is clear. Now see this. A bit complicating. Now the last topic of the chapter, a little typical to you, but you'll understand it's not easy. Read this very quickly. Just this paragraph. And steps of conversion of nitrogen to ammonia by nitrogenous enzyme complex. Let me explain it to you. Just go through it quickly. Red children? Okay, let's start each line. We had talked about an enzyme which converts nitrogen to ammonia. What was the name of the enzyme?
Nitrogenase.
Nitrogen.
See, this is a very, very special kind of an enzyme. Why? That is what we are going to study now. This enzyme is very sensitive to molecular oxygen. It does not want oxygen. It does not act when what is present?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
You can imagine it like this, that it is very friendly to nitrogen. It has an affinity for nitrogen. It will go and find nitrogen wherever it is and convert it into ammonia. But it is very sensitive to which gas?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
So that means it does not like oxygen. It does not want to stay with oxygen. So it will obviously require anaerobic conditions. What conditions it requires?
Anaerobic.
Anaerobic condition.
Yes. Now these nodules have some special arrangements, or you can say special adaptations, that ensure that the enzyme is protected from oxygen. So this, we had done that these nodules contain two things: enzyme nitrogenase and leg hemoglobin. What are the two things which are present in the nodules? Which enzyme?
Nitrogenase and
Nitrogen.
Yes, beta. Related to from there only. The nodules contain two things inside them. One is the enzyme nitrogenase and the other is leg hemoglobin. Now we know that nitrogenase has the function that it is going to convert the nitrogen to ammonia. But it will only work if the conditions are.
Anaerobic.
Anaerobic.
So the nodules do some kind of an adaptation in such a way that this enzyme is protected from oxygen. Now let us understand how these nodules, they protect this enzyme nitrogenase from oxygen. To protect this enzyme, the nodule contains an oxygen scavenger, which is called leg hemoglobin. What is scavenger? What do you mean by the word scavenger? You've come across this word, I'm very sure. Who's there in the waiting room? Come on, whatever comes to your mind about the word scavenger. You can make guesses also,
They
my child.
clean.
Ma'am, it's a
Somebody said cleaning wala thing. You're going right, beta. Perfectly correct.
Ma'am, they clean the oxygen present.
They clean the oxygen present. Okay, she's quite right, but I think she's not able to express herself. But I understood that you have comprehended it. What does the word scavenger mean? Beta, you've done saprotrophs, no? Those organisms which consume dead and decaying matter. Basically, to consume, to eat away. Scavenge, to eat away. So what is this leg hemoglobin? It's a scavenger of oxygen. What will it keep consuming, or what will it keep taking in or eating away?
Oxygen.
oxygen.
So we had two things in the nodule. Which were the two things?
Enzyme,
Number one,
nitrogenase,
Nitrogenase and leg hemoglobin.
nitrogenase is very important because the main function why nodule formation was done and all these things was to fix atmospheric nitrogen. That means the nitrogen in the atmosphere had to be converted to ammonia. What is the nitrogen fixation here? Nitrogen had to be converted to what, beta?
ammonia.
ammonia.
And this cannot be done with the help of.
Enzyme, nitrogenase.
Yes. Enzyme nitrogenase will work only under which conditions?
Anaerobic.
Anaerobic. So who has been given the responsibility? Nodule has given this responsibility to what substance to ensure that the conditions are anaerobic?
Leg hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin.
Like hemoglobin. It will keep on consuming. It will keep on eating away. It will keep on consuming all the oxygen which is present so that the conditions become
Anaerobic.
anaerobic. Very good. It is interesting to note that these microbes, live as aerobes under free living conditions. Okay. See, these microbes, when they are living on their own, fine, they live as aerobes. They can very comfortably live as what? These my bacteria we're talking about, the rhizobium and all, they can live in aerobic conditions. They can live in aerobic conditions when what is not functioning, when nitrogen is not functioning. When nitrogen is not to work, then they live as aerobes. But as soon as nitrogen fixing events start, they become aerobic. And why do they become aerobic, beta? Just to protect which enzyme?
Nitrogenase.
Yes, it just to protect the enzyme. This paragraph very quickly. The main purpose is nitrogen fixation. That means we need to convert nitrogen to
Ammonia.
yeah. And which enzyme would be needed for this process?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogenase.
Okay, so inside the nodule we already have nitrogenase, but there is one problem, that this enzyme will work only under which conditions?
Anaerobic.
Anaerobic conditions.
So the nodules have done some kind of arrangement or adaptation so that the conditions are anaerobic. What condition, what is the arrangement they've done? They've taken the help of leg hemoglobin. What is the leg hemoglobin doing?
Eating out the oxygen.
Yes, so that the conditions become,
Anaerobic.
yes, the conditions become anaerobic. And then which enzyme will start functioning? Which enzymes will start functioning? Nitrogenase. So if nitrogenase is functioning, then it will start converting nitrogen to
Ammonia.
Ammonia.
ammonia. Very good. So the basic purpose is to convert nitrogen to ammonia. Let me see if you understood this. See, beta, all of you, this is your enzyme nitrogenase. This brown colored structure that you see, this one. Just seeing my cursor, you'll understand. What is this brown colored thing?
Nitrogenase.
Yes, enzyme nitrogenase. This is the binding site. This site is called binding site, where something can come and bind or attach. So every enzyme has its own binding site. So this was my enzyme nitrogenase. This was the binding site. Now, who's going to come and bind? The substrate which will come and bind with this enzyme is a molecule of nitrogen N2. What is the substrate? What is going to come and bind over here? One molecule of nitrogen. What will bind over here, children?
One molecule of nitrogen.
So this is coming over here. So you can see NN. One molecule of nitrogen, I mean, we have two atoms of nitrogen. Now this enzyme, nitrogenase, has two nitrogen atoms. If you see, this substrate molecule of nitrogen has already binded. So this is called binding of substrate. Okay, what is this called as? This was your substrate N2. Binding is done. So we call this step as binding of substrate. Now reduction process takes place. I think in 10th you've done oxidation and reduction. Oxidation is addition of oxygen and reduction is?
Addition of hydrogen.
Very good. Addition of hydrogen. So reduction is taking place. Just a quick revision, oxidation in class 10th, we did redox reaction, oxidation, reduction. Oxidation is addition of oxygen and reduction is addition of hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Good. So reduction is going to take place. So plus H2 molecule plus 2H, two hydrogen are combining. See this. We already had 2N, which had come from here. And now H also, 2H. 2N and how many H?
2x.
Just remember that reduction will take place 3 times. Now, one time reduction took place, 2 hydrogen were added. Again, reduction will take place, another 2 hydrogen will be added. Nitrogen remained the same. How many nitrogens we had in the beginning?
2.
2. First step, you have 2 hydrogen. Now, if you can see in the red, there are 4 hydrogens because 2 more have added. Another time reduction will take place. And now, children, you've got how many hydrogens? Every step we had the addition of 2 hydrogens. 3 times reduction has taken place. So how many hydrogens?
6 hydrogen.
6
hydrogen.
hydrogens. And how many nitrogen?
2.
2.
Once this stage is reached, now this complex breaks. This enzyme complex is going to break. What 3 things are released? See now carefully. 1 nitrogen will take 3 hydrogens. This upper wala nitrogen, supposing it is taking these 3 nitrogens, it becomes NH3. What is NH3?
Ammonia.
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 And this lower nitrogen is going to take these 3 hydrogens. So this is ammonia. So how many ammonias are being formed from this 2 nitrogen atoms? Obviously, 2 molecules of
Ammonia.
ammonia. Now all this has got separated. Nitrogen is gone, hydrogen is gone. What is left over here? The structure. What was the structure?
Nitrogenous.
Yes, free nitrogenous enzyme. Why do we call it as free nitrogenous enzyme? Because its binding site is free now. There is nothing on the binding site. Such kind of an enzyme is known as a free enzyme. So your nitrogenous is again free now. It will again start the same process. Free nitrogenous can bind another molecule of nitrogen. Again, now we can start from here. This side is free. Again, nitrogen can come and combine here. So this is the steps of conversion of atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia by nitrogenous enzyme complex found in the bacteria. However, remember that this process will only take place if what conditions are maintained?
Anaerobic.
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 And to ensure that the conditions are anaerobic, we certainly need the presence of
Leg hemoglobin.
Leg
very
hemoglobin.
good. Now the diagram, everybody. 1 minute I'm giving you, revise the diagram. I'll put my cursor at a particular point and you will tell me what is happening at this step, what is happening over here. Quickly, children, just a diagram. If a question comes, express diagrammatically the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia by nitrogenase, then only this figure has to come. Today is Thursday, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I always get messed up with days, years. Done with the diagram? Revised, children? Have you revised the diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Tell
Yes,
me what
ma'am.
is that brown structure, that ring, not ring exactly, something a broken rectangle kind. What is this structure?
Enzyme nitrogenase.
Enzyme nitrogen.
Dinitrogenase.
Enzyme nitrogenous.
What is the special, unique characteristic of this enzyme? It has its own conditions to work. Okay, it's like you people. When mama tells you some work, you have your own conditions. Okay, I'll do this, but only if this is there or this is done. You people do this or you don't do it at home.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, every child does it. I've seen, okay, I'll do this, but then you'll have to do this, badle mein, or you will have to give me this. So this enzyme nitrogenase is just like you people. It will certainly work, but it has its own conditions of working. And what is that typical condition that it has?
It only works
Anaerobic
in
Anaerobic.
conditions.
Anaerobic condition.
Very good. And your mother is like hemoglobin, ensuring that that condition is provided so that you work. Or if I put it in simple words, to study. You have to study. Parents keep telling you study. I have to study. I will not do this. I need a table. I need a proper light. I don't want somebody to disturb me in my room. You have a list of 4, 5 conditions to tell your parents that yes, only then I'll be able to study properly. But your parents ensure that those conditions are provided to you. So, like hemoglobin is like your mother who ensures that you get all the conditions and then you start working. What is the function assigned to this? What it has to do? Why are we bearing so many tantrums of this enzyme? Because it has the capacity to convert
Nitrogen into ammonia.
Nitrogen
Nitrogen
into
into ammonia.
Nitrogen into ammonia.
Fine. What is this place called? This hill-like structure over here?
Binding
then-
site.
Binding.
Binding site. Whatever comes and binds over here is known as substrate. Whatever substance will come and bind at the binding site of an enzyme is called as?
substrate.
Okay.
Substrate.
So here your substrate is a molecule of?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
So it will come and bind here, N and N. So the first step is binding of the substrate. Then reduction will take place. In one step of reduction, how many hydrogen will be added?
2.
2 hydrogen.
So these pink ones are nitrogen, these red ones are?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
And then another step of reduction. Now how many hydrogens?
4 hydrogen.
4 hydrogen.
And then another step of reduction, how many hydrogens?
6
Six.
hydrogen.
Good. And then finally, this is going to break. This complex will break. How many molecules of ammonia?
2 molecules of ammonia.
And this is free nitrogenase. Why do we call it as free nitrogenase? Looking at it, why? Tell me, why is it free now?
Because its binding site is free.
Very good. Its binding site is free. It will again go and start the same process. So it will keep on converting the what? Atmospheric
Nitrogen into ammonia.
Nitrogen.
nitrogen into ammonia. See this equation. You had nitrogen over here. This nitrogen. You want to make ammonia. That means this ammonia. How many molecules of ammonia can you see, children?
2.
2. See over here, 2 ammonia. How many molecules of nitrogen did you take as a substrate in the beginning? Tell me.
1.
Yes. How many? 1 molecule. So N2. What I want to tell you is when this nitrogen gets converted to ammonia, lot of energy changes take place. How many ATP molecules are being involved in this process? See,
16 ATP.
16 ATP molecules for N2. Okay. Very high input energy, 8 ATP for each ammonia produced. What does this mean? 8 ATP for NH3 for each NH3. How many total ATPs you saw over here?
16.
And how many molecules of ammonia formed?
2 molecules.
That means for each ammonia, for 1 molecule of ammonia, how many ATPs are required?
8.
8 ATP.
Clear, everybody? For 2 molecules of ammonia, total amount of ATP which were consumed was 16. So that means for each ammonia, we have the requirement of 8 ATP. And this energy comes from the respiration of the host cell. Where will this come from? This energy will come from where?
Respiration of the host cell.
Okay, now we come to the last part, ammonia. Ammonia is already made now. Fate of ammonia. We have already converted the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Now what will happen to ammonia? This is called fate of ammonia. Fate, you know, what lies in future is what we call as fate. So children, ammonia is already made with the help of which enzyme?
Nitrogenous.
Nitrogenous. Now, at physiological pH, now we are going to see that this enzyme, nitrogenase, it will keep on converting nitrogen to
Ammonia.
ammonia until it keeps getting the suitable conditions. Now, the next thing that we need to know is, fine, nitrogen is being converted to ammonia, but what is going to happen to ammonia? Okay, something will be happening. What? Just see what is going to happen to ammonia now. See, beta. Look at this word, physiological pH. Can you see this word, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean? Optimum pH or suitable pH. We have different pH for different organisms. For example, if I talk about the physiological pH of blood, its value is somewhere between 7.3 to 7.35 to 7.45. So the optimum or the most suitable value for every organism and every part is different. So here we are talking about suitable pH conditions, neither acidic nor basic. Ammonia is protonated to form ammonium ions. Ammonia is NH3, children, remember? Protonated, proton means it's going to take another hydrogen atom and it will become ammonium ion. Very quickly, ammonia is, what is the formula? NH3. Bolo bachche, what is the formula of ammonia?
NH3.
3. It will take one hydrogen atom. The process is called protonation. So it's going to get protonated and then it will convert into NH4 ion. What is NH4?
Ammonia.
Ammonia.
Now inside the plants, we have two things, ammonium ions and ammonia. Some ammonia is already converted into ammonium and some ammonia is still left as ammonia. So we have two things, ammonia and ammonium ions. Most of the plants can assimilate nitrate as well as ammonium ions, but the latter is very toxic to the plants, so it cannot be accumulated in them. See, ammonium ions, they're very toxic. Everybody knows what is toxic?
Yes, ma'am.
Harmful.
Yes, it becomes poisonous. If it is stored in excess amount, it becomes poisonous. So what do the plants do? They need to get rid of ammonium ions very quickly because when they store them for long, they will become toxic. So these ammonium ions are used to synthesize amino acids in plants. So these ammonium ions will be used to synthesize what?
Amino acids.
Amino acid.
We were talking of what will happen to ammonia. The first thing which can happen to ammonia that we are discussing is that ammonia can get protonated, take another hydrogen atom, it will become ammonium ions. Now, though this ammonium ions can be in the plant, but you cannot keep them longer in a plant because they become what to the plant in a big amount?
Toxic.
Toxic. So these ammonium ions are converted into what?
Amino acid.
Amino acids. There are two ways of converting them into amino acids. In the first process, if you see, these ammonium ions react with alpha ketoglutaric acid. Name the acid, alpha ketoglutaric acid. Name,
Alpha ketoglutaric acid.
yes. And of course, one molecule of NADPH. This is the enzyme glutamate dehydrogenase, and this acid, glutamic acid, is formed, which is, what is this? This is an amino acid. So we said we need to convert it into amino acid. So we've converted it into amino acid. Water and NADP is formed. This is one way how we can get rid of ammonium ions by converting them into what? Amino acids. We've converted it into what, beta?
Amino acid.
Amino acid.
Yes. With the help of which enzyme?
Glutamate dehydrogenase.
Very good. Now, the second way we can do the same thing is by the process of transamination. Transamination. This involves the transfer of amino group from one amino acid to the keto group of a keto acid. We take one amino acid and we take one keto acid. Which are the two kinds of acids we'll be taking? Amino acids and
Keto acid.
Keto acid.
keto acid. Now, glutamic acid is the main amino acid from which the transfer of NH2, that is the amino group, takes place. We are going to transfer this amino group, and then more kind of amino acids are formed by the process of which process? Transamination. I'll explain it over here. Again, we have an enzyme which is going to help such a reaction. What is the name of this reaction? Enzyme, sorry.
Transaminase.
Transaminase.
Now, please see over here, all of you. Amino acids. Now, what is this is your keto acid. Can you see the ketone group over here?
Yes,
Hmm?
ma'am.
Okay. Now, see very quickly. This is going to act like a donor and this is going to act like an acceptor. This is going to donate and this is going to accept. What will be donated? These two things will be donated. Remember, ammonium has to go. So H and NH3. These things which are attached will be donated. So this is gone, this is gone. So what is going to happen now? Look over here. You had this R1, R2. What does R1, R2 stand for? Tell. What is R in chemistry? Whenever we have an R group in chemistry, we write R. What does it mean? It means any alkyl group, children. What does R mean over here? It can be any alkyl group. I hope you know alkyl groups.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see the change which is coming now. Let's see this one. This is amino acceptor. This hydrogen has come here because it was acceptor. See this. This was R2 now. So with R2 wala carbon, we had nothing over here. But see this side. R2 carbon has what? H and NH3. That means this H from this R1 compound, R1 acid has come here.